71 the other day, y'all. Can you believe it's snowing again? Well, I sort of can. It's Missouri. But we had sleet, and then it snowed, and it's supposed to snow some more. So what better thing to do than go canning today? We're going to go canning. Today, we're going to can carrots. And I'm going to help you take the fear out of canning. You're going to need a pot of water, hot. You're going to need 3 quarts of water in your pressure canner. And let's make sure that that ring on your canner has been oiled and is in good shape. Let's inspect that. Don't worry, pressure canners don't blow up nowadays. It's gonna be okay. I've got my jars heating in my oven. I've got some organic baby carrots. And then I have the other carrots here with my power cord over it. And those are all going in quart jars. You're gonna need salt. If you're doing pint jars, a ½ teaspoon. If you're doing quart jars, 1 teaspoon. And you're gonna leave 1 inch head space, y'all. 1 inch. That's to the bottom of the ring on the jar. Make sure you get the air bubbles out with your tools that you get with your kit. Put the lids on and seal them and put them in your canner. Wipe the lids off, wipe the jars off. Make sure there's nothing on them with some vinegar and water, or vinegar and paper towel. And then you can put your lids on. I like to put my lids, not my lids. Yeah, my lids, not my rings. I'm gonna put those in the hot water. In hot water. Well, I'm just screwing all this up. Anyway, I'm gonna put those in hot water. So it'll soften that lid up and seal it real good. And then we're gonna cook this at 10 pounds of pressure. We're gonna let it pressurize for 10 minutes. And I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, you're gonna need this for the jars. That's your little jar grabber, right? I've got a pan of water, and I'm gonna put my lids in there. And let me just throw those in. Just warm water. It doesn't have to be boiling, y'all. Just warm water. You're gonna soften up that ring so you get a good seal on it. All right, they're in the water. Now I'm gonna turn that on low. And this is gonna take the bubbles out of the jars when I pack the carrots in. So let me do one and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, I've got my vinegar in my bowl. I'm gonna wipe the rim with that. I've got my lids warming up. Please don't put a jar on a cold countertop because it can cause it to crack. And be really careful. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my teaspoon of salt in first. Doesn't matter what order you do it, right? Okay, so we're gonna get a spoon and we're gonna put our carrots, oh, I forgot something, hold on. You're gonna need one of these. So I just put them in there, scoop them in there. And that looks good to me right there. So now I'm gonna take my water. I should have my water over here, but I don't. And we're just gonna fill that up with the hot water. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our handy dandy debubbler, and we're just gonna poke it down there, and let's make sure we have all those air bubbles out. So that looks real good. I've got it to 1 inch. I'm gonna dip my paper towel in there. We're gonna wipe that rim off real good. Now what we're gonna do is find where I put my magnet. Hold on, I gotta go get that. Got it. That's your magnet. And you're gonna pick up your lid. I was taught to dry it off a little bit around the ring, and then you're not gonna bear down on it, y'all. You're just gonna turn it, okay? You don't wanna bear down on it. Now we're gonna pick this up, and it goes straight into the canner. So, I have 9 quarts out. I can't fit 9 in my canner. So what we're gonna do is fit as many. I think I can fit 7. And then we'll do the next batch. So let's review. You're gonna need carrots, because you're doing carrots, right? And you're gonna need vinegar. And you're gonna need your jar tweezers. You're gonna need your debubbler, your magnet, brain fart, I can't remember, your thingy, colander, I don't know, you know what it is, that thing right there. Okay, and there's your little bowl of vinegar, a paper towel to clean your rings, salt, a pot of water, hot water, boiling water, and warm jars. Do not put this in cold jars, or when you put it in your canner that's heating up, they're gonna bust. You don't want them to bust, right? Not after all that hard work. All right, I'll be back. I'm gonna go load this
When you're
up.
cutting your carrots, you're gonna see that end. Cut that off. You don't want that on there. You don't want that in your carrots. So make sure you cut them off, whether they're organic or not. And these are organic carrots. And they all don't have that end, right? But some do. So we want to cut that end off. Okay? There's a little tip. I want to show you what's going on outside.
Okay, I've got my 7 quarts of carrots in the canner. And you can see I've left space between them, because you really don't want those knocking. And we're gonna get the lid on. I'll show you what's
The other
next.
thing I do is I take that vinegar and I put that in the pan with the canning jars. And it helps, like if you have high calcium in your water, it helps to keep that, any scale from forming. So, all right, next step.
Carrots left over. I'm not gonna pressure can 1 jar of carrots. So we're gonna save those for salads, or maybe we'll just steam them with butter and salt and pepper. Yummy.
All right.
I know this should be really easy, and like usually I get it right on there. There we go. So you're gonna close it. And that's all gonna line up. And then you have your pressure gauge. It's at 0. So I know on my stove that I should set it at number 4. My dial here should be at number 4. And what's gonna happen is you're gonna see a steady flow of steam come out of this spout. When you see that, you're gonna time 10 minutes. And then in 10 minutes, you'll have this weight. And you put that weight on there. But you have to wait for the 10 minutes, okay? So we're gonna let that build up pressure and wait for the steam, and I'll bring you back. Okay, we have our steady stream, and we're gonna count 10 minutes. Timer going on. And don't worry, if you see water sputtering out of there, it's normal. It's all normal, it's okay. You might wanna turn your hood fan on so it won't build up as much condensation out there. Okay, y'all, I always said I'm gonna show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. This valve kept blowing off and I couldn't figure out why. So I had to stop everything, and I found this under my frying pan, and it screws on to that valve. So we're gonna start this over again and build up the pressure. And all right, y'all, now that I got that valve attached, it's not flying off, the pressure's building, and at 10 pounds, we're gonna start timing it for 30 minutes. Yay! We're just about at 10 minutes, and we're gonna start our timer for 30 minutes. And we're gonna keep an eye on this and make sure it stays, you know, between 10, 11. If it goes to 12 pounds, don't worry, it's okay. And don't release your heat quickly. Okay, time's up. The heat is turned off, and that is gonna fall down. When that falls down and your pressure goes to 0, the back valve will fall before it goes to 0. When it hits 0, then you can release your lid slowly. And you just leave the lid on there with a little crack and let that heat escape so your jars can acclimate to the outside air. Okay, our pressure is at 0. And now we can remove, I'm just gonna take that off. We're gonna remove the lid. And we're just gonna lift it up and let it sit like that for 5 minutes. Okay, y'all, they're done. I showed you my success and my failure. Not really a failure. I just didn't check the lid. Make sure you check your lids. Look at those. They're so beautiful. I did let them sit a little bit longer. Probably, oopsie, you don't want to do that. Probably a half hour. But look at them, still boiling. Oh yeah. Oh, there's nothing better than preserving your own food, y'all. Okay, y'all, well, I hope That video took some fear out of canning for you. You see how easy it is? It's so easy, y'all. Don't let fear conquer you. Don't let fear take over. You just grab it by the horn and you can. Anyone can do it. I used to be petrified. It's so easy. Y'all be blessed and love well. Go can something.